ball back once they've lost it. You see Alamao there, a player of him.
Defeat was against the team currently separating them at the top of the table, Juventus. Possession, wearing that coveted number 10 shirt. Good ball towards. So much depth from his play from the back. Michael now. Baresi sweeping forward. But that's under serious threat today from this Milan side in rampant form. And he came out second best. Van Basten to Rijkaard, the two a big occasion, a very important match between two very genuine contenders for the title. No one from Napoli behind him, so he got away with that. Van Basten with the pass. Well, it's going Milan's way so far. Van Basten here. Bundled over. And that has to be a free kick to Milan. And here's Tassotti. Now Van Basten. Oh, what a vital... And the referee just simply turned away. No question in his eyes anyway of a... Donadoni. Here's Van Basten now. Rijkaard's got ahead of him. This is Rijkaard! And that's the second goal! Magnificent finish from Rijkaard.
He looks so simple. Here's the first touch of Van Basten. Second one lays a perfect pass into his stride. And Rijkaard on the volley to the right of Garland. It gives fantastic football.
Milan's cohesion there simply tore Napoli apart. Now Massaro sent on his way by Van Basten's Milan goal. Just that one scare really when Costacata trying to send Van Basten away. Near the pace and the strength to Baresi's pass. And Van Basten failing. Ivani. Napoli have had their moments in the first half, but they've never looked as dangerous as Milan when they've come pouring forward.
But another super cross in.
Yes, it is this service from the flanks that has really kept Napoli at full stretch. Van Basten. Ivani. Van Basten trying to come back to the Giuseppe Meazza Stadium then as Milan
enjoy the second half exactly the same, so I'd imagine they would want to play as well.
Van Basten. See the other way. Throw taken by Maldini. Greco losing out to Rijkaard. Ivani. Rijkaard's pass, all handled by Alamao. Van Basten. Ivani. Van Basten. Tassotti made a telling run away on the right there. Here's Albertini. Van Basten. He's onside. They back for Ivani. To them adding to their lead. As they might well do here. Van Basten. Massaro's pulled into the middle. Still Van Basten. This time he does go in alone. But they haven't created too many problems for Milan in the second half, so far anyway. Not so at the other end. This is Donadoni. He's got Massaro in the middle. And Ivani. Still Donadoni! Football they were playing back in the late 80s, of course, when they dominated the European scene. And they're pressing once more now with Van Basten. But out of Europe this year after their misdemeanors against Marseille. There's Van Basten in towards Marseille. Now Van Basten. One back for Milan by Baresi. Van Basten. Great run too by Massaro.
And as well when the team's playing so well. I feel a bit sorry for Albertini. And the team has functioned so well.
Ivani. Away by Block.
And just whipped in a ball. And I'm sure they'd like to have pulled it slightly more away from Rossi. But it was still a...
Milan took 3 points out of 4 off Napoli. And they beat them 4-1. 4 in the 4-1 win over Roma back in November. So they'll have an eye. Ivani, and a flick on, and a goal! Van Basten. Baresi. Here's Van Basten now. Rijkaard. Van Basten, look how well he'd taken up his position then. Always available, Van Basten. Another superb little flick. And there's the goal! That's it. Now Van Basten is on the score sheet.
Corners and free kicks, but this one has obviously been worked. The ball into the near post, used so much by us in our football. Another great ball in. And there's Maldini up to flick it on, and Van Basten never misses from it.
That one on 80 minutes. And are we going to see more to go? Van Basten with Poussey in the last season.